Do I look at you or do I look at the camera? Are you rolling right now? Vampy, do I look at you or do I look at the camera? I am a sick man. I am a spiteful man. I am an unpleasant man. I think my liver is diseased. However, I don't know beans about my disease, and I am not sure what is bothering me. And when the United States fell, when the United States split, I ran away to the wilderness. But I'm ready to come back. The United States doesn't exist how we knew it before, so I thought I would reconstruct it in my own cabin. Reconstruct. There's too many dreams. There's too many dreams and the coat is too big. We all can't wear it. Pull at the seams and construct a new coat. We're looking for other courageous patriots to come along for the ride. Find some sort of truth. There's a lot of reckoning we need to do. So I need eyes. I need eyes to come. This is a plea for help, this is a yell, a scream, an American yap, whatever you want to call it. A yell, a scream, an American yap. But with this ritual, we're going to begin to reckon.
I went to the woods to live deliberately, and so can you.
When's the last time you let out a good old-fashioned American yap?
When's the last time you took responsibility for the sins of your country?
Now, it's no secret that ever since the U.S. fell about a year ago, things have not been quite the same. Well, a number of us have found salvation inside the woods. Inspired by the book Walden by Henry David Thoreau, I have created Walled-In Cabin. And after living in a year of solitude, I am finally emerging and inviting folks into my cabin to create the ritual of reckoning Inspired by the American essence and the American classics, this American ritual will start to reconstruct what once was the greatest country in the world.
Is this thing on? No, I went to the woods and survived off guts alone. Intestines made my senses king. I went to the woods and found myself a new home. Found myself speaking loud, gave myself permission to sing. You know, Henry David Thoreau spent 2 years in Walden Pond, and now I walled in for a year, follow along. I went to the woods to live deliberately. I went to the woods. You know, I was initially gravitated to the book because of the aspect of solitude and self-reflection. I thought that this moment to be an interesting connection in resistance and self-reliance. Thoreau self-isolated as a performance, and now I do the same. Except his wilderness was more tactile, mine's more implicit. I explored the wilderness of my country and long accepted the surveillance that has always been present. The woods away from my country, a mirror in disguise, I had to get away to get within the woods of my mind. You know, my favorite time of recent is when I sleep. I have found that it is no problem for me to drift off, which is a big departure from what I previously understood about my circadian rhythm. And I lay there all day, and the responsibilities to be had flash before my brain, and I think, and I plan, and I plan, and I think, but I stay there, and I continue to lay. I go between 2 positions, one of work and one of lay. I sit at my desk and I procrastinate, and then I procrastinate and lay in bed, and that is the order. That's the dance. To my desk, to my bed, to my desk, to my bed, to my desk. Hey, has anyone else's lower back muscles gotten weaker? The slouch, it follows me and it begs me to lay back down, and so I do. But then it begs me to sit back up, to stand straight, to keep my head high. But I can outmaneuver any pain that my back might be giving me. You know, I'm clever in that way. I mean, it just feels radical. Sleep is always accessible to me now. And, I mean, the white kids don't lose sleep, so why should I? And the rich kids don't lose sleep, so why should I? You know, I went to the woods to live deliberately. And all that I've discovered from this time is that Americans are dramatic. A menudo man loves a Juanita. A Juanita loves a menudo man. A love spoken out loud but felt when it can. Hey, in order to enjoy myself, do I need to be slow and groggy? To gain the full effects, is it required to be hungover? I mean, maybe once I grow big, strong, and mature, I'll finally understand. One day, I'll grow into a menudo man. Menudo man, there's one thing I don't quite understand. Why is it you only eat on Sundays with your head in your hand? Well, Campbell's is comforting for the soul, but in no way does it fill the hole the same way Juanita's does. Menudo man, why do you get your nutrition from a can? Why do you work so hard? Is that why you play even harder? Menudo man, what is the secret to your energy and relentless gall? Is it the tripe that makes you stand tall? Or is it the hominy, a harmony of contradictions found in a bowl? I mean, intestines should not be delicious, and yet, here it is. Is it a reminder that even though that there is banging in your head, your house, and your job, that you too are just as delicious and deep with flavor? Or is it that you too feel like you've been trapped in a can, mass-produced and removed from your homeland, and only celebrated for the finished product, and when taken apart, discarded with disgust? Ew, tripe, that's intestines, that's not right. Menudo man, what if where you now eat is my homeland? What if Juanita soup is the only one I understand? Does that make me less of a menudo man? Menudo man, I know it's not your job to make me comprehend. You know, I can only begin to understand where you began, but menudo man, help me cross this distant land, hand in hand, menudo man. You know, it's not my fault that they don't have tripe in Trader Joe's, menudo man. It's not necessarily the bones or the broth or the tripe or the hominy. It's not what comes in the can, but what is added after. The handcrafted characters cut with care, not packaged by Juanita, but picked by my mom. You know, picks of cilantro green, dried oregano flakes for depth, raw onion for crunch, red radishes for color, and a yellow lemon slice for the juice and the rind. You know, it makes me remember when I went away and my family asked me what I needed food-wise, and all I replied was with a couple of cans of menudo would do me right. I needed Juanitas to be exact. I needed something to look back and remember that's what I am. Underneath it all, just another menudo man. A menudo man that works hard but plays even harder. And on Sundays when it's time to recharge and gorge and large and wonder, to enjoy Mexican food is to enjoy life. Menudo man, where is Juanita? And when can I shake her hand? Can I express my love too, without the looks askance? Menudo man. Oh. 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 Ready to dance, ready to die, ready to chant, ready to fly. The great American ritual exists. It moves forward in the psychic space. Force ancestors of the land and blood to challenge time and place. Atrocity exhibitions open for all to see, as plain can be. Self-isolation confirming what one already believes. Throw away any ownership of a border and claim the stench of blood and disorder. Ready to chant, ready to die, ready to dance, ready to fly. Ready to chant, ready to die, ready to chant. The great American ritual exists. It moves forward on a psychic space. Force ancestors of the land and blood to challenge time and place. Atrocity exhibitions open for all to see, as plain can be. Throw away any ownership of a border and claim the stench of blood and disorder. Ready to chant, ready to die, ready to dance, ready to fly. Personal responsibility disintegrates when ghosts to walk the streets. I challenge them here today to show their face and gnash their teeth. If no one takes responsibility, it will be we. Those who gather here and follow my lead. Chant, ready to die, ready to dance, ready to fly, ready to chant, ready to... This is the symphony. This is the great experiment. This is the explosions with all the bells and whistles. I summon all the angels here. All the devils, all the OGs, philosophers of the concretes and the streets. I summon military generals and every single cop. I summon movements in the streets and the rocks that make the windows drop. I summon the activists, the politicians, the people, the police. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to fix me. I'm not here to fix the American body. I'm here to fix my American body. My American mind. My American dream. Say goodbye to Joaquin. And say hello to me. I am not the monolith, but the blueprint. Dressed to the nines, and sick of this shit. I am not a Zapatista, but part of the Resistencia. I am not on the front lines because the lines are now blurred. Like Gil Scott-Heron, the revolution will not be televised, but will be absurd. It's absurd that they had to wait this damn long, that they had to wait for the third son, me. My brothers and sisters, we might disagree. And I'm sold the thought that freedom is a luxury, but I disagree. I disagree. Freedom is free. Freedom is free. Freedom is free. Just follow my lead. You know, I'm suffering from cultural nihilism. I just think that the age-old question of what is the meaning of life is directly connected to a country's politics. I mean, isn't a country responsible for instilling the values within a citizen's consciousness? But if it continuously gaslights its people, then the brain hemorrhages and the mind bleeds. There are too many dreams. America's got a ghost problem. And they're all coming back to get paid. Their spirits, spectral, are angry and refusing to be turned away. They can't be turned away. And for America's got a ghost problem, and they'll never leave. I mean, bodies are decomposing under the masses' feet, and no one thinks a thing. So America's got a ghost problem. I mean, different folks, they have different ways to say that America's got a ghost problem. But maybe because I was raised by ghosts, that I'm not afraid. To me, it's all the ancestors coming back to say, not one more death, or bullshit excuse to discriminate. I mean, generations of trauma flood my veins. They influence my thoughts and my stakes of claim. America, she's just the same. Trauma is as American as apple pie or burritos. So America's got a ghost problem. And it's here to stay. Is this the mindset that has been ingrained in us? It feels dangerous to leave me alone to my own devices. I just want to evade this internal divisiveness, but now I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding all over the place, and now I'm faced with the disintegration of identifying with the dying nation. Can I escape this? Is it too late for us? Is it too late? When there are too many stars in the sky to count, and I know I could take my seat with the best of them, but when I go to sit, I'm told, this seat's taken. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm mistaken. I thought this chair was mine in the making. You know, it's in the same breath where I stand, chest out, head high, but naked. Undressed, disarmed by saying he's American. I mean, maybe if I wasn't so loud, angry, and brown, I wouldn't have to say my name again. I stand in my boots, stiff, tall, but shaken. We're in need of a new dream. Me? I'm in need of a new pair of boots.
We interrupt our program at the request of the White House.
Hiya, pal. It's me, Mickey Mouse. Gosh, you must be getting close to your first time.
I'd rather be feared for my love than for my hate. I'd rather possess unmatchable love, intense and bright, than have anger or fear in my heart. Shun me for how much I love you, rather than me shunning myself of fear of being known. Make loneliness a necessity, not a life choosing. And I hope when that happens, that I will have the strength to continue to love. I hope my love is bottomless, despite never finding a vase to fill and constantly overflowing. I hope my love is power that spills and fills and wets my feet, my shoes, my socks, wherever I walk. I hope my love is strength that filters in and out, through and throughout the people who can withstand my force. I hope my love never wavers, despite being my only weakness. I hope my love never betrays me, but when it eventually does, I hope my love will love me back. I hope my love, like a garden, will continue to grow till it reaches the sun, and I, like a tree, will continue to love with arms outstretched. I hope my love grows with me. And so I, like my love, will be endless, infinite, and unrequited.